Going on YouTube? It's Bluff City Nerd here, and I'm back with another video. I want to talk to you today about the current Hell in a Cell pay-per-view that just happened this past Sunday, and everything went smoothly up until the very end, which is what everybody's been talking about lately. You know, with Seth Rollins versus The Fiend, that had to have been one of the worst, and I mean the absolute worst innings to any pay-per-view that I've watched in recent WWE history, if not all the pay-per-views I've ever watched since I was a kid. I mean, I wasn't really, I didn't really have a problem with the red lighting. I thought that wasn't bad. You know, to try to give it more of a darker type look. But I heard a lot of people who were actually at the event live. They were complaining about the fact that they couldn't even see, especially if you sat up in like the nosebleeds, I believe. Yeah, you really had a hard time seeing what was going on. And you know, they really tried to book the Fiend as this unstoppable force. He like continuously kicked out of a lot of Seth Rollins finishers. Like he did like 17, 18 stomps, I believe, and then he kicks out. And over time, people really just weren't feeling that at all. And like the crowd really spoke their voice at that event. They just kept booing and booing and booing. Oh boy, things got real ugly real quick. And even I think I saw that one clip of Seth Rollins walking out of the arena. He was with like security, and then this one guy kept trying to get his attention. He's like, "Hey, look at me, Seth." He's like, he had the sign that said, "Seth is not cool," and then Seth was like, "Oh man!" And people wanted a refund. People were shouting the AEW chants. I heard that over and over and over again. And it's like, yeah, WWE creative, like you guys really screwed up this one. You guys really, I mean, really screwed up this one. This could have ended a lot better, in my humble opinion, without all the like maybe they could have got rid of just the red lights. I can kind of see where some people are coming from when they say that some of that wasn't even necessary. Just have them do the match, and plus it was kind of slow paced a little bit. Didn't really go the way most people probably anticipated. They may have maybe felt that some of them they would have probably got out of the cage, or you know do some things like that, get on top of the cage and fight on top of the cage. That's always fun to watch. Or just do a little bit of battle outside the cage itself. But nah, they spent most of the time inside, and I think a lot of people were disappointed due to the fact that this was just booked horribly. I mean, that's just the bottom line. That whole match was just booked horribly, and I really hope Vince and the creative team backstage is really paying attention because after the pay per view was over, I went on YouTube and watched a couple of guys talk about this, and they were all pretty much saying the same thing. Like this was just horribly booked. That's just the bottom line of it. Just all bad booking, and then at the end of the match, close to the end of the match, the Fiend had everybody thinking, oh, he's probably out cold because Seth put like a whole bunch of junk on top of him, and then hits him with that sledgehammer, and then the ref calls for a disqualification. Why would you call for a disqualification in a Hell in a Cell match when the whole point of the match is no disqualification? I really don't see the logic behind that one. And most people felt the exact same way. I mean, what sense does it make to disqualify Seth using the sledgehammer when anything goes in a Hell in a Cell match? That's the whole point, just to go nuts. And I believe, there was another clip I recently saw of X Pac and his reaction to the Hell in a Cell match, and he said the same thing I'm saying. Like, how do you have a disqualification in a match like that? It it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know what to tell you guys. The ending of that was just flat out horrible. It was just flat out horrible. It ended up almost ruining the entire pay per view. But thank goodness for all the other matches that were good. What was it? Sasha and Becky. Oh yeah, Sasha and Becky's Hell in a Cell match. That was a good match. They did a very good job with that match. I didn't get bored watching those two go at it. I kind of wish Sasha had won, honestly. But it is what it is. You know how that goes. And all the other matches in between were good. And then it's just that ending that's got everybody talking right now, and everybody's just like extremely, extremely just pissed off. And plus, not to mention the AEW chants in the crowd. And oh yeah, it's gonna help them out a whole lot, I think, because they didn't have great things to say. Like Chris Jericho and those other guys from AEW, they didn't have the best things to say about the match either. But I believe I rambled long enough about this, guys. Comment below what you guys think of the Hell in a Cell match recently, and let me know. If you like the video, please hit that like button. Share this with all your friends. I really appreciate it. This is Bluff City Nerd signing off. Deuces.